Hello guys, how's everybody doing today? Wonderful to see all of you here today. Excellent to have you here this morning, depending on what part of the globe you're at. Okay, so we get a lot of questions about this. Mark, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Can you break that down and show me and show us how to do this effectively? Certainly will do that for you. All right, so how it works is everything has a resonance. Everything has to match its particular frequency format to become an experience or your reality. So what you want is a strictly mental construct of the conscious mind. What you are is strictly a habitual reality consciousness of the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind will always show you what you are, the real reality. Conscious mind will always show you what you can or want or desire. It's not necessarily going to give it to you. So that's why you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Got it? Does that make sense now? So how can I get into a state of what I want to match what I am, or whatever you are? That's the game, right? That's the secret. Here's the most effective way to do it. A lot of us, we would spend time with our feelings, and we'll try to get into a state, attempt to get into a state of wealth, abundance, right? And for many of us, it gets difficult to do that because you're saying, I don't know what it feels like to be. What is it to be wealthy? I mean, I never had wealth. So how do I feel to be wealthy? How do I feel to be successful? I mean, you tell me that we don't manifest what we want, we manifest what we are. So how do I do that? What's the secret to doing that? Well, here's the most easiest way that you could bypass that and get into that state. You can manifest what you are in the moment. And here it is. We have to use your subconscious mind to do the trick for you. So I'll give you an example of how it works. Okay, so if you want abundance and you want to manifest abundance, you have to be abundance to receive abundance, right? You want wealth, you're going to have to be wealth to receive wealth. Why don't you just go to your subconscious mind and let your subconscious mind define wealth and define success by asking a simple question. Hey, what would my life look like being wealthy? Now you start to become the wealth. See that? So you want wealth, but you're lack. But now if you say, hey, what would my life look like being wealthy with the question? Now you become abundant and wealthy, so that you still want abundance. Now your subconscious is giving you abundance, so both of the minds are in agreement. We call that alignment, and we call that you get your desires, you get to manifest whatever it is that you want now. That's how it works. And remember, the universe or the multiverse works in a state of energy transference. So when you transfer an energy, you're gonna get it back. All right, the next question I got here is about infinite immortality of our being. All right, here's the thing you gotta understand about this stuff now. Let me break this down to you in a way that you could understand it. All right, an atom is what everything is comprised of, you and I. Atoms have no physical form. Do you understand that? An atom is orbited by an electron. Electrons have leptons. Leptons go smaller. Okay. We've got quarks. We've got leptons. They have no form. They have no physical form. You cannot have a physical form. You're made from an atom. So what you are is an illusion. Your body, whichever you are, human, whatever, it's not real. It's an illusion. Energy does not have form. Energy does not have physical structure or form. Energy is consistently transparent. It changes structure. It cannot have physical form. So if you are not physical and you have no form, so why do you look like a real person? Why do you look like a human? Why does everything work? Because it's all illusion played out by your consciousness through your mind to make a game you're living in. Okay, here's the other one here. Another one about immortality. Okay. Have you ever heard? Well, let's save that one. That's a little deep. I'll put it to this way. All right. Your consciousness, which is streaming your experiences right now, doesn't have a beginning and it doesn't have an end. So you can't have a beginning and you can't have an end. Can you remember a time before you were born? No, you can only remember after you were born. You only can remember existence or experiences. So I'll sum it up in that way. All right. But the big picture is, and the great news for you is that you can indeed shift and alter your life by now becoming what you want to match what you are. So the name of the game is the resonance. They call it the law of resonance. So you always want to be in a state of whatever it is you desire, and you always go into your unconscious mind, use it as a tool to navigate and to spread and to show you more. See how it works? Next question about the physics part is that when we look at quantum physics and the nature of how reality works, we start to see something very fascinating. We start to see that the world around us is not the world around us, it's the world inside of us. And that becomes very empowering. It also becomes very debilitating for a lot of individuals, because at once you thought you were using your external mind to try to fix something. All along it's the internal complex, it's the internal dialect, it's the internal perception that is generating an external field of awareness and consciousness or existence or being. And that's indeed what you are. So when you have that knowledge, you must start to focus more of your attention and your intention internally and not worry about the external world. The external world will always be a feedback of the internal world. And this is very important because people don't miss this so much. They continue to focus on the external world because their senses are so highlighted and so heightened for external stimuli. But the external stimuli is a trickery, it's an illusion, it's an internal. So the real secret for you to master this game and master your self-development, master manifesting, get what you want, you really have to spend a lot of time internalizing your dreams and your goals. Internalizing them. Remember, people, we spend more time in our minds and our heads than we do in the real world, what we call supposedly real world. The subconscious, you don't need to connect the subconscious with the superconscious. The superconscious and the subconscious are always linked and connected. The superconscious is what you would refer to as the Akashic records. The superconscious is the field which houses all the information. It's like a big library with all the answers and information from everything that ever existed, will exist, as all the knowledge. Your subconscious is automatically tuned into that state. So it's never about connecting with it. It's about utilizing it for your own good and your own benefit. And for you to utilize the superconscious, you have to get your subconscious on a higher level. How do you get your subconscious on a higher level? You have to remove any limiting beliefs that don't serve you. And then you have to see the world as an optimistic point of view on a positive aspect. That will open your subconscious to new realities that you want. I'm sure many individuals want that. No one wants to see the world in their world in a negative aspect, in a lack aspect. So if you exercise in a positive and optimistic aspect, then you automatically open up and you're connected more in the superconscious state. And the superconscious state is available to every individual. It doesn't matter about your ethnicity, your educational level. All of that is game off. It's about who can tap into it and use it the way they see it fit and the correct way to do it. This is how you can interact. So that also tells you that you don't have to compete with anyone or anything. Basically, you're competing with yourself. Self-development. That's the name of the game. That's what you're doing. Yes, the subconscious means that it knows everything that has ever existed in this life and other life. Your subconscious houses all the infinite information, all the infinite reincarnated lives you've experienced, all the infinite whatever past lives. Let's go back to quantum physics to show this to be true. In quantum physics, we now knew that information can never be created or destroyed. We found that out with black holes, that when you throw something in a black hole, it spits it back out information. So nothing can be destroyed. It only can be saved in memory. Everything has a drive, a cloud. So everything it goes into a cloud. It goes into your Google Cloud. It goes into your iCloud. It's a storage system. And that Google Cloud or your iCloud or the cloud would be your subconscious. It has all of it stored in there. Now remember this. Remember, you can only get a little bit of your subconscious because your brain is incapable of processing a bunch of information. That's just how you were wired. Your brain can only get 3 to 5% of all that stuff down there. But it's still down there. So whatever percent you want to get the ones that will help you in this life to change and become the best version of yourself. That's what you do. You don't need to go to the subconscious. The subconscious is already in you. It's around you. You just need to interact with it. You just need to use it. You just need to learn what it is, how it works, and how to utilize it. It's already connected. It's running your life right now. It's 98% of your habits and rituals and routines. So there's nothing you need to go. First thing about manifesting and changing your life, there is nowhere for you to go. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't have to go there to get that. You don't have to bring that. All that. Everything is here in one space all the time, but it's just entangled. It's just in a different state of existence that you are not normally used to interpreting. But it's still there. It's the analogy of light and dark. One is in the dark, one is in the light. The one in the light you can see, the one in the dark you can't see, but the object is still there. It's just out of reference from your brain's perspective of how to see it. See how that works? If you want to interact with your unconscious mind and to your higher self, the best way to do that is to speak to yourself a lot out loud in question format, is to visualize, is to use different experiences, expose yourself to different things. Those are the most powerful ways to get to your subconscious. And of course, subliminal programming. See how that works? Meditation helps you to get into the state. Okay, someone asked me about meditation. No, meditation cannot remove your blocks. Meditation, right. Meditation can quiet your mind and get you into a state of readiness, but meditation cannot expel any blocks in your unconscious mind. Subliminals are the most powerful ways to remove any blocks from your process. Subliminal programming, self-hypnosis are the keys to remove blocks from your mind. How are blocks formed? Blocks are formed in what's called the neonatal state. So in your mind you have two lives. Look, picture your life like this. You live twice. Just an example. You're living two lives. Half of your life you live from 0 to 7 years old. Most people from 0 to 7, you can't remember exactly what's happening from 0 to 7. You remember some stuff from 0 to 7. When you get 8 years old, you touch 9 years old, you start to live a different life. So from 0 to 7, they call that the neonatal state. From that point on, all you were living is subconscious. Keep in mind, below conscious. So it means that from 0 to 7 years old, you're not conscious. You couldn't form critical thinking. You were just in a state of learning, and you're taking in as much information as possible to build what's called a map of reality. So you have two lives. You first build a map of reality in the unconscious, then when you get to 8 or 9, you build a map of reality in your conscious mind. Conscious, subconscious. Got it? So you got two lives. Half from 0 to 7, then the rest of your life is from 9 on up to what you are right now. Here's the problem though. 0 to 7 is the life that you're gonna live when you get from 9 to whatever age you are right now. When you get to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, you start to have dreams and goals. You start to think logically. That's called you're online now. You have a critical divide. Your consciousness is there. But the only problem, big problem, is that you forgot that you were living a second life from 0 to 7. So by no awareness, you go around and you're trying to do something and make some good stuff happen, but it's never happening for you. You're always in a rut. And you're working very hard and you're still not getting results. Sometimes you get some results, but you go back to the same pattern. That's because your life is running from 0 to 7. So you have to realize, like, oh snap, I have to go back to the 0 to 7 and change what's going on. So what was happening in your life from 0 to 7? That's what you're going to live now. If your life from 0 to 7 was your parents were like negative, talk about lack, they don't have enough money, self-esteem problems, all of that stuff from 0 to 7, that's what you're going to show in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s. Until you realize and fix it. It's just going to keep running the program for you. Right? So now you should realize, so there's a program running. So you change the program with subliminals. Subliminals can tell the subconscious it's okay to release the lack. It says, change lack, go to abundance. Change unworthiness, go to worthiness. Subconscious will accept it now. And then you'll start to live that as your habitual life. That's how it works. Unfortunately, this isn't taught to you, and that's the problem. It isn't taught to you so that you can change it. The Matrix doesn't want you to change it. You see how that works? So an example, if you want to bring things into your life, you have to show it to your subconscious mind. So for example, if you want more wealth and prosperity or things like that, you have to give evidence to your subconscious mind to show it. So look, you see like this shirt I have on right here? Notice it has like the money on it. So this is further evidence to my subconscious mind of prosperity. So things like this will program your subconscious mind. If you get your phone, if you look in your screen lock, if you have a bunch of like money, if you have a house, if you have something looks nice, that's a program to your subconscious mind. If you wear a certain perfume or cologne and when you smell it, it makes you think of abundance or peace, that's a program to your subconscious mind. If you have a bracelet and you look at it and you give it the meaning and say, this bracelet means I'm always successful, that's a program to your subconscious mind. Symbolism, yes, the subconscious is a mind of symbolism, images, repetition, smells. Anything around that aura will program your subconscious mind. And the reason it works is because if you have something like this on, a shirt with money, or a shirt, you can have any kind of shirt that represents what you want on it, even words on your shirt saying I'm abundant or da da da, your subconscious will buy into it because it's also illogical. It cannot distinguish It cannot rationalize. It only inputs and takes. It doesn't refuse. We have someone who says, I've been thinking wealth for the last 40 years, not sure what's blocking. Well, it's your subconscious that's blocking. As I said before, that's what I'm saying to you guys. It could be 40, 50 years, your subconscious will still hold you. And the reason why is because your subconscious is not linear. It still thinks you're 7 years old, so it holds those blockages as if it's present, because it's in the present. So time is irrelevant. So that's why you can say, well, man, I'm older now, shouldn't it come out? As far as your subconscious is concerned, you're still stuck at 7 years old programming, because it doesn't know time. It's right now. So this is why something can linger with you for many decades until you say, wait a minute, I have to go in and think it. So it's not just about thinking wealth. You have to also be the wealth. And be the wealth means you have to take action to put a new program in. And that's the best way to do that is with subliminals. So you got subliminals and you got to do the thinking. And that will change it. So if you notice you're still stuck in a pattern, that's how it works. And now the secret is to your childhood. And your childhood has, when you're a child, you have a lot of imagination, and you got to use your imagination. Yes, I have a lot of subliminal audios. You can check out my website, YouTube page, TikTok stuff for wealth and lottery stuff. Yes, you got to use subliminals. It's the secret to your manifestation. Guys, if you want to learn more, here you go. Books. Change. How to win the lottery. Very informational. You'll manifest more. Cheat Code Master the Game of Life. Available on Amazon paperback. And take it to the next level. Yes, it does work. Take it to the next level. You can get into my one-on-one mentoring program, where I will teach you one-on-one. Interact with me. If you have problems with your limiting beliefs, problems with manifesting, I'll set up a routine and a system for you to change it and live your best version of your life. I'll put the links in the pinned comment. But yes, it does work, because the only way your subconscious mind takes programs. We are programs. We run like a software. One of the software has more freedom. That is a conscious mind. It can look and analyze it. The other software just takes in information and runs it. And runs with it. And that makes you do things you don't want to do. Have you ever noticed when you do something you don't want to do, you get upset? Because you know you didn't want to do it, but for some reason you still end up doing it, even though you tell yourself you're not going to do it, and you still end up doing it. That's an example of how your subconscious runs your life. We get into this rut. You say, I'm not going to do it. I'm okay. I'm not going to spend so much. I'm going to do, and and then you get down on yourself and you get mad. You need to relax, because no matter what you do, you have to change the program down there. If you don't change the program down there, it's not going to come up. It's not going to work up here. All right? Good, guys. So I'll see you guys again next time.